Focal TV, bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Good afternoon and welcome to Focal News Summary. 50 minutes of presentations about Liberia, Africa, and our warm world. My name is Kay Lyndon Toba, anchoring this segment of Focal News Bulletin. In the headlines, President Joseph Boakai defends decision to award offshore 4 oil blocks to Nokai. University of Liberia wins World Environment Day Inter-University Debate 2025. Daughter of Nancy Doe accuses Grangida County Senator Zoe Pennon of killing former First Lady Madam Nancy Doe. And away from home, Iran says Israel attacked declarations of war. These and many more are all packaged. We're taking a short break. When we come, the news bulletin will be up next. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us on this presentation. President Joseph Boakai has maintained his decision to award 4 offshore oil blocks to the National Oil Company of Liberia. The Liberian chief executive said his recent move seeks to simplify the investment procedure by bypassing lengthy legislative procedures. He argued companies hesitate due to complex legal processes, adding that the move allows NOCA to negotiate directly pending legislative ratification. NOCA has welcomed the decision. The institution, through its administration, has also maintained that the full ownership ensures maximum national return and position Liberia as a major player in the African energy sector. The University of Liberia debate team has won the 2025 World Environment Day Inter-University Debate Competition. The Environmental Protection Agency, which organized the competition, witnessed a healthy exchange of public and private university in Liberia. The debate was part of Liberia's national celebration of World Environment Day, promoting youth dialogue on environmental action. Yale was crowned champion during a grand ceremony at the Painesville City Hall recently, following a spirited parade on the Samuel Kayandole Sports Complex. President of the University of Liberia, Dr. Leah Mapine, praised the team for its success and performance, while also urging it towards continuous improvement. The UR president said the win reflected academic excellence and resilience amid mounting challenges. Doctor of former slain Liberian president has gravely accused Grangida County Senator Zoe Pennon for the death of Madam Nancy Doe. Madam Doe, in an interview recently, claimed Senator Pennon orchestrated the death of Madam Doe. She also said preceding the death of her mother, Senator Pennon had made serious threats against the family on numerous occasions. It can be recalled Madam Nancy Doe died recently in Monrovia. The Monrovia City Court has ruled that former Speaker Fonati Kofa and 3 others will face trial over an alleged arson plot at the Capitol building. The court found that prosecutor presented a prima facie case, meaning there is a reasonable ground to suspect the accused committed a crime, not proved beyond doubt. Kofa, along with Representative Dixon Sibo, Abu Kamara, Jacob Dibi, are accused of conspiring to purchase explosive and gasoline used in the December 18, 2024 fire. The alleged attack targeted the John Chamber of the House of Representatives and has drawn widespread concern over rising political tensions in the country. The case now moves to Criminal Code A for a full trial as legal and public interest intensify around the high-profile prosecution. Bone County Senator Prince Moy has sharply condemned the executive for what he calls secret renegotiation of the government deal without legislative oversight. Government is said to have arranged and negotiated the Global Tracking and Maritime Solution and Cargo Tracking Note contract without due legislative input. Speaking during the Senate session Thursday, Senator Moy said the Unity Party-led government acted unilaterally, ignoring constitutional procedures and prior Senate recommendation to revisit controversial shipping agreement originally signed on ex-President George Weah. The 15-year, $25 million deal aimed to track cargo entering Liberia, but faced criticisms over amazing revenues and offshore account. The Bone County Senator, however, questioned the new contract term and incentive, noting that the national budget only reflected $1 million from the original deal, with no updated revenue figures provided. The Senate has now launched a special investigative committee as lawmakers and watchdog demanding transparency and legislative approval for all major agreements. President Joseph Boakai has signed the 2025 performance management contract, signaling a shift towards result-driven governance and institutional accountability across Liberia. The signing ceremony took place at the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf Ministerial Complex on the theme Driving Accountability and Results Across Government, marking the full implementation of a national performance cycle. Boakai praised high-performing institutions for exceeding target, but warned that persistent underperformance will trigger oversights, including a travel ban on a presidential improvement plan. He also ordered the alignment of the performance goal with the national budget and announced a digital dashboard to monitor and disclose national progress in real time. President Boakai called for unity and accountability, urging public servants to deliver results and reminding citizens that they deserve transparency, efficiency, and service excellence. Former Montserrat County opposition senatorial candidate has accused some members of the government of targeting his family. Channing Jallow claims followed controversial social media posts in which he directly criticized President Joseph Boakai. While he later clarified that his statement was misinterpreted, Jallow alleges that in retaliation, the Ministry of Public Works illegally vandalized his family's property without notice or legal justification. He condemned the action as an attempt to silence his local feedback of the government and warned that suppressing opposition through fear is a threat to Liberia's democracy. This is a reminder that you are listening to the program Focal News Summary, 15 minutes of major news presentations in Liberia, Africa, and our warm world. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we bring you the continuations of our development here. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us on this presentation. Vice President Jeremiah Coon has held a high-level bilateral meeting with the Ministers of Foreign Affairs of China and Wang Yi. The silent event, which took place at the 4th China-Africa Economic and Trade Expos in Shisha City, focused on advancing strategic cooperation between the two nations. Coon highlighted Liberia's commitment to the One China policy and praised China's support in various sectors in the nation's development. He called for stronger diplomatic relations aimed at addressing Liberia's priority areas, which include the expansions of renewable energy infrastructure, increased access to Chinese market for Liberian exports, among others. For his part, Wang Yi reaffirmed China's commitment to strengthening cooperation with Liberia across key sectors, which include infrastructure development, energy and mining and trade and investment facilitation. The Monrovia City Court will deliver its ruling Friday in the action case involving former House Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa and 3 other defendants. Defense lawyer had argued dismissing evidence as unlawfully obtained from a random phone, which violates Chapter 10.10 of the Liberia Criminal Procedure Law on admissible data. Former Associate Justice Waking Wright, representing defense, stated that the evidence is irrelevant, asking the court to suppress it entirely and throw it out altogether. State Prosecutor Rachel Scout counter, saying that the motion came too late and once evidence is admitted, it must be weighed by the court. Magistrate Ben Barker noted that the evidence already passed admissibility standards, citing a previous Supreme Court ruling, and confirmed the final decision will be announced today. Defense lawyers have rejected social media evidence presented by state prosecutor in the case against 4 lawmakers. The lawyers generally describe the evidence as unreliable and unverifiable. During a meeting at the Monrovia City Court, lawyers of former House Speaker Fonati Kofa Abu Kamara, Jacob D.B. Dixon Sibu criticized the use of social media content as evidence. The prosecution key witness Raphael Wilson, a chief police investigator, testified that the evidence was gathered from open sources, including social media. However, the witness failed to identify a specific platform the content was generated from. On a question, Wilson defined open source as a public information. He said Kofa and Kamara acknowledged partial recalling, but suggested the clip had been altered or created using artificial intelligence. Bapolu County Senator Amara Coney has condemned police for what he called a politically motivated plot to arrest Fonati Kofa and 4 other lawmakers. He described armed officers escorting the lawmakers to detention as a dangerous reminder of Liberia's authoritarian past, warning such action threatened the country's fragile democratic progress and unity. In a Facebook post, Coney said the image of the officers in riot gear highlighted an abuse of power that damages public trust and legal credibility. He praised the lawmaker clenched fist and bold slogan upon release as symbols of resilience against political intimidation's efforts to silence opposition voices in government. Coney called for constitutional reform, arguing that justice must be impartial and lawful, not manipulated by politics or used to punish dissent through selective prosecution. Nima County District 7 Representative Musa Hassan Bility has called on President Joseph Boakai to audit the legislature. In an open letter, Representative Bility described legislature as a hub of corruption, alleging systematic theft and misuse of millions in public funds over several mischievous budget cycles. He also accused lawmakers of diverting development funds for political purposes, noting that the money has been lost to misappropriation. Representative Bility revealed that repeated motions for a legislative audit have failed, urging President Boakai to use his authority on the General Auditing Commission Act. Calling it a matter of legacy and national dignity, he challenged the president to clean the system from within and restore public trust in democratic institutions. The Painesville City Corporation has signed an MOU with Gourmet Africa Academy to enhance staff capacity through customized professional development and training programs. The agreement was formalized Wednesday at Painesville City Hall. Heads of the parties participating at the signing ceremony included Painesville City Mayor Robert Bestman and Gourmet Africa Chief Executive Officer Mohamed Krekula. The partnership will further promote good governance, youth empowerment, and improve public service through tailored learning initiative and capacity building. Under the MOU, Gourmet Africa will offer specialized training, while PCC will nominate staff to participate in the program. But both parties reaffirmed their commitment to innovation, institutional growth, sustainable community development through collaborative effort. And Iran said Israel deadly strike on its military and nuclear facilities on Friday, where declarations of war and called on the UN Security Council to act. In a letter to the United Nations, Foreign Minister Abbas Ansi described the attack as a declaration of war and called for the Security Council to immediately address the issue, the ministry said. So this is how we will take a short break, and we come back. We bring you a recap of major development we have been following very closely on this news segment. Now to end this news, we recap all of the major developments we have been following very closely on this news presentation. President Joseph Boakai defends decision to award offshore fuel oil blocks to Nukard. University of Liberia World Environment Day Debate Champion 2025. Doctor of Nancy Doe accuses Grand Jida County Senator Zoe Pennon of killing former First Lady Madam Nancy Doe, and away from whom Iran say Israel attack of declaration of war. My name is K. Lyndon Tobai. This is Spoke Up News Summary. Good afternoon.